stars will stand.
Tonight, the world of classic rock doesn't just pause, it stands absolutely still. Not because of a reunion tour, not because of a chart-topping anniversary, but because the truth about Randy Meisner, the quiet, gentle founding member of the Eagles, has finally risen to the surface. For decades, fans were told he simply grew tired of fame, tired of touring, tired of the spotlight. But in 2025, his old bandmate Bernie Leadon shattered a silence that lasted 50 years, revealing what truly happened behind the scenes of one of America's most legendary bands. And what he exposed was nothing like the story we were raised on. The journey began back in 1971 when Meisner, Henley, Frey, and Leadon broke away from Linda Ronstadt's band and created a sound no one had ever heard before. After Randy Meisner's death, Bernie Leadon finally revealed what we all suspected, and tonight, we uncover it. In those early days, Randy Meisner wasn't the face of the band. He wasn't the loud one. He wasn't the dominant force pushing the group forward, but he was the anchor, the musician who held the harmonies steady, who grounded the rhythm, and who delivered vocals so pure they could cut through the roar of any stadium. Songs like Take the Devil, Try and Love Again, and eventually the show-stopping Take It to the Limit revealed just how irreplaceable he was. His voice soared higher than anyone else's, yet his personality remained grounded, modest, invisible in the most painful way. Bernie Leadon and Randy Meisner shared a deep musical bond in the early years, favoring simplicity and the band's original country rock spirit. But quietly, a divide emerged. Glenn Frey and Don Henley, brilliant and ambitious, pushed the Eagles toward a sharper, more commercial sound. Their vision succeeded, but it concentrated power. Meetings shifted without Meisner or Leadon, and decisions increasingly revolved around Frey and Henley, leaving Meisner's quiet nature mistaken for surrender. By the time Desperado, One of These Nights, and Hotel California arrived, Randy Meisner's creative presence had faded to the margins. Once a vital voice, he had become mostly a backing singer, steady, reliable, but increasingly invisible. Offstage, non-stop touring and mounting expectations eroded him quietly. After Bernie Leadon left in 1975, Meisner stood as the final guardian of the Eagles' original identity. Yet the band had transformed into a polished commercial rock powerhouse. The pressure intensified, and everything tightened around one demanding, emotional centerpiece, the soaring ballad Take It to the Limit. The high notes of that track were iconic. The audiences demanded them. The band expected them. But for Meisner, they became a mountain he was forced to climb night after night, even as illness, exhaustion, and anxiety were eating him alive. On a tour stop in Knoxville, he simply couldn't do it. Too sick, too drained, too overwhelmed, he asked to skip the encore. Glenn Frey erupted. Backstage, the argument escalated into a physical confrontation, a moment still whispered among crew members as one of the ugliest incidents in Eagles history. Something inside Randy broke that night. It wasn't just his confidence, it was his belief that he still belonged to the band he co-founded. Shortly after, he left the Eagles entirely. The official story told to the world: he was tired, he was homesick, he wanted a quieter life. The truth, confirmed years later by Bernie Leadon, was far more painful. Randy wasn't stepping away because he wanted to. He was stepping away because he had been pushed to his breaking point. After leaving the Eagles in 1977, Meisner withdrew from the spotlight almost entirely. He released a few solo projects, including the album One More Song, which featured the track Hearts on Fire, but without promotion, without a major machine behind him. The album never came close to the success Meisner had once known. Throughout the 1980s, he quietly joined the group Black Tie with Jimmy Griffin and Billy Swan, producing harmonies far too beautiful to remain obscure. But the limelight no longer appealed to him. Fame had cost him too much. He moved to Nebraska, then to quiet corners of California, retreating from interviews and avoiding almost all discussion about the Eagles. In 1981, he married Lorraine, the woman who remained by his side for the rest of his life. The two lived humbly, no flashy cars, no lavish mansions, no celebrity circles, just peace. But life dealt him another blow in 2016, when he suffered a fall at home that led to a traumatic brain injury. Soon after, he was diagnosed with COPD, a lung disease that stole from him the very gift that once electrified arenas: his voice. The man who once held breathtaking notes at the peak of Hotel California's fame now struggled for every breath. On July 26, 2023, Randy Meisner passed away in Los Angeles at the age of 77, with his wife by his side. There was no public memorial, no televised tribute, no official ceremony from the band he helped build. But days later, one voice finally broke the silence: Bernie Leadon. Appearing in a live interview, unfiltered and unedited, Leadon finally said what fans had suspected, but never heard confirmed. Randy didn't leave because he wanted to. He wasn't protected. He was overwhelmed, and the pressure crushed him. He described how Meisner repeatedly tried to slow down the touring schedule, how he begged for breaks, how he struggled under the weight of endless expectations. All requests were denied. The explosion in Knoxville wasn't a moment of weakness. It was the inevitable result of years of exhaustion. Shortly after his interview, Leadon released the emotional single Too Many Memories, followed by a track titled No Encore Tonight. Those who listened carefully understood the message. It was a farewell to Meisner, the man who once collapsed backstage, because he was forced to sing just one more encore. When Leadon attended Meisner's funeral, he sent a wreath with 5 heartbreaking words inscribed, "Fly High. Randy, no more encores." In September 2025, Leadon signed a worldwide publishing deal with Warner Chappell Music, officially preserving the stories he had carried inside him for decades. When asked why he chose to speak now, he delivered a simple, powerful truth: "I don't write to accuse anyone. I write so things won't be forgotten." To understand who Randy truly was, you have to go back to Scottsbluff, Nebraska, where he was born on March 8, 1946. He wasn't raised by musicians or producers. He grew up on a farm, surrounded by the quiet vastness of the Midwest. No fame, no pressure, just fields, hard work, and silence. At age 14, he picked up a bass guitar, not to become a star, but because something inside him recognized music instantly. His early years in small bands like the Poor and Rick Nelson's Stone Canyon Band sharpened his skills. He learned discipline. He learned harmony. He learned how to support a song without overpowering it. When he joined Linda Ronstadt as a supporting musician, fate introduced him to Don Henley, Glenn Frey, and Bernie Leadon, the 4 pieces that would soon form the Eagles. And although Meisner wasn't a prolific songwriter, he had an instinct that shaped the band's early sound. His harmonies added depth. His bass lines added warmth. His voice added soul. Yet his humility became the very reason he was overshadowed. He didn't fight. He didn't argue. He didn't demand credit. He just played, perfectly, consistently, beautifully. Musicians who worked with him said the same thing. He kept the band balanced. He kept the sound stable. He kept the harmony pure. But in the world of music, the quietest ones are often the easiest to forget. If tonight's story changed the way you see Randy Meisner, let your voice rise for the one who stayed silent. Share your thoughts, hit like, and subscribe for more hidden truths behind the spotlight. Some legends never fade. They just wait for someone brave enough to tell their story. Thanks for watching.